Real quick, giving all praise to Yahweh, Shemel, Shai, Shem, Rakakudah, Shalom to the 144,000, rest of the elect out there, Shalom to you all. I'm going to title this video, Genesis now teaches that heathens will enslave Israelites. They're judged, so they're going to slave, they don't exactly say slavery, don't go into the slavery part, but they say that the heathens are going to condemn Israelites. So this is put up by biblical defenders. The title, as you can see here, is Non-Israelite Heathens, Other Nations, will now judge Israelites, Matthew 12 and 42. So let's go ahead and play it, part of it.
Yeah, no problem. You might want to wait for him to answer and then ask the second question.
I don't care. It don't matter to me. Go ahead.
Just to keep it clean. You got it.
Okay. So
I got the first part. What's the second part?
So in verse 27, is Paul teaching that the uncircumcised non-Israelites going to judge, the uncircumcised non-Israelite who keep the law, going to judge the circumcised Israelites who break the law? Yes or no?
Okay, so you're asking me this question and then you're going to ask another one, or is that all you're asking me?
Well, we could keep on. I mean, you could just answer that, bro. I ain't gonna stack all.
Okay, no problem. So am I yes and then I can expound, or what? I'm saying, am I able to answer yes or no and then expound, or what? Okay, absolutely yes. That's exactly what he's saying. This is just such an easy question. This is so easy, and this is how I know that most of y'all really don't read the Bible for real, because Christ literally says almost verbatim the exact same thing. Let me pull that up in, I believe, Matthew chapter 12, and let's just read the words of Christ. Matthew chapter 12 and verse. Look at this. This is easy. Verse 42. The Queen of the South. Who's this? The Queen of Sheba. This is a Gentile. This is a non-Israelite. This is a Cushite. The Queen of the South shall rise up in the judgment. Meaning, other versions, he read other versions. He should have never introduced that. Other versions literally say to judge. The Queen of the South shall rise up in the judgment with this generation and do what? Condemn it. Christ said that a Gentile is going to be able to condemn an Israelite. Christ said that a Gentile is going to be able to condemn an Israelite. Christ said that a Gentile is going to be able to condemn an Israelite. That's all Paul is speaking about. In Romans 2, what he's talking about is a Gentile who is uncircumcised, which it says, which is by nature. Meaning, when you're born not circumcised. It would be able to rebuke an Israelite who is circumcised. Like, for example, what is Paul saying? He's saying it's better that there's a Gentile who believes in God, keeps all the commandments, than someone like Diddy, who he's circumcised, he's an Israelite, but he breaks all of God's commandments. Christ said that a Gentile is going to be able to condemn an Israelite.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Recha HaKwadash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Honors as well to the other elders, you brethren, you supporters of this truth, which includes you brethren and sisters that support this truth in the ministry, right? Shalom to you affiliates that is a part of us as well, and all of you who striving to be the elect and the 100% truth of doctrine, right? So, first of all, let me go off by saying I didn't get to look at the rest of the video until a brother here, I don't know if I'm sure he's not GMS. His handle is Sons of Jacob 12. He said, can GMS break down Hassad saying heathens will judge Israelites at the 46-minute mark? Now, I don't want to make this strictly.
The condemnation and judgment is when this man goes down. It's talking about this system, the beast system, and that the men of Nineveh and the queen of the South are going to be here. Everything is reincarnated. So not just them, but everybody that was back there. the ones that, in other words, they're going to condemn this place. A perfect precept that comes to mind that goes hand in hand with this scripture that he just quoted, Matthew 12, verse 42, is Isaiah 14. I'll give it to you in a minute, and I'm going to read it in the NLT. And I went through it. Let me do this. NLT. I really should read it in King James first, but I'll read it this way. We know the King James by heart. Isaiah 14:9. In the place of the dead, there is excitement over your arrival, over Esau's downfall, or the king of Babylon's downfall. The spirits of world leaders and mighty kings. This includes the people that were back in many generations in the past are going to be back here now. So Isaiah, when is Isaiah 12 and 42 going to take place? In this time. Who's going to all these different nations are going to condemn this place. That's why they're going to shoot missiles on them. So the Queen of the South is here. We don't know who she is, but she's probably a dignitary or somebody calling out injustice, because the nations are calling out injustice on the situation in Israel and here in Babylon. It says, the spirits of world leaders and mighty kings long dead stand up to see you, or see your downfall. So that's reincarnation right there. How can they be long dead to stand up to see you or see your downfall? Because they're back here again, and they're in their positions again. So let me do this in the King James. This is the very first scripture that came to mind when he went through Matthew 12. It says, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. Who's coming? The king of Babylon's coming. When they come down, it stirreth up the dead for thee. The dead are the body, the people that were back there in the past that's here today. So the pharaohs, the various pharaohs are here. Whether all of them or some of them, a lot of these leaders in the UN were kings in another lifetime. We talking about 2,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago. The actual king of Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar, he's here, or has been here and recently died, or as a young man, or most likely in a leadership position. That's why I said the Queen of the South, because she ain't going to stand up and say, look, I'm the Queen of the South, I'm condemning this place. They're going to condemn this system. It stirreth up the dead for thee, kings long dead, even all the chief ones of the earth. It have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also weak as we? That's that goes scripture that pairs with that perfectly is Joel 3:9, and you read on down. So these nations, some of these nations are going to condemn this place and shoot missiles on the system. The condemnation is not Israel being condemned. It's Esau's system being condemned. But because you don't understand the scriptures, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So if you're saying they can condemn us, they can judge us, they can also put us into captivity. I mean, you don't actually say that, but you might as well say it. So they're going to judge us and condemn us, but we're going to put them right back. We're going to put them in slavery. These dudes are really becoming a joke, and they're waxing worse and worse. Anyway, on to the next. Shalom.